Right, an annual festival that has become a tradition in South Africa. Thousands flock to the Eastern Cape for the National Arts Festival, an event that brings in around 340 million rand for the province of the Eastern Cape. While this year people and money flowed through the city, water didn't. For more on this, we're joined now by the CEO of the National Arts Festival, Tony Lancaster. Good evening to you and thank you for talking to us. The first question I suppose I want to ask you, as everyone gets excited around this time around Grahamstown, can we guarantee that there's going to be water and electricity for citizens and indeed guests for the festival?
Good evening, Bongani. Thanks for talking to me. A guarantee is a very strong word, but what I can tell you is that, like we do every year, we work very closely with the municipality and with Eskom in the build-up to the festival. And if something goes wrong, if a plug is pulled somewhere and if there's an issue around water or electricity, we have contingency plans that will help us address that at the time. So there can be no guarantees. This is South Africa. We're sitting in the situation at the moment countrywide where we have rolling blackouts. We're also living in a very water-distressed part of the country, in the city that has some real big infrastructure issues. So, no, I certainly wouldn't guarantee anything, but what I can guarantee is that we will respond appropriately if there are any crises that emerge.
Has there been enough coordination between yourselves as the organisers and the city or the town of Grahamstown to try and make sure that, as far as is possible, this festival can go ahead smoothly?
Yeah, absolutely. And for the 6 months prior to every festival, we have a joint operations committee that sits and they meet monthly at first and then weekly, and then once the festival starts, they meet every day. And on that committee are representatives from across the municipality and across civic organizations as well, whose sole purpose is to make sure that things go smoothly. And what we found, the story about Grahamstown and water, it's been in the news quite a lot over the last couple of weeks, and it's no secret that Grahamstown, like many small municipalities, is battling with infrastructural challenges. What I really find heartening in Grahamstown at the moment is there's this groundswell from the citizenry who's saying, hang on a second, the spotlight's going to be on our city for 2 weeks when this amazing festival takes place. We cannot let this down, and we cannot let ourselves down and let the city down. And we're going to work really hard to make sure that the town is ready. So there's been a huge amount of engagement with civic society, with the local municipality, with provincial government, and even national government. The National Minister for Cocta was in Grahamstown recently to help address some of these issues. So the festival is taken very seriously at all levels of government. The importance of the festival, as you said, economically to the province, is very well documented. And there's a huge appetite for making sure that people who do come to Grahamstown are safe, they're comfortable, and they're well looked after.
But I suppose, not to really harp on this point, if visitors can't guarantee that there'll be water for them to shower or boil the kettle the next morning, surely that's going to affect the number of people who come down.
It's no different from going to Cape Town. Cape Town is having huge water challenges at the moment. And even in the face of ground zero, South Africans said, you know what, we're not going to let this disrupt our plans. And they still went on holiday to Cape Town. They still go on holiday to Cape Town. So I don't view Grahamstown as that different from that. At the moment, we don't have any outages. And if there is an outage, it won't be more than an hour or two at most. And we work around the clock to make sure that at any time of the day when there's an issue of a burst pipe or whatever the case might be, that we'll address it. 2018 is no different from 2017, 16 or 15 in this regard. These are not new challenges for us. We live here 365 days a year. We deal with these challenges all the time. And we've become pretty good at anticipating and dealing with issues.
Tony, what's made the Grahamstown Festival so loved, such an institution, and what are one or two things people can look forward to this year?
Sure. Those are big questions. I think one of the reasons it has a special place in the heart of most South Africans is its consistency and its consistent ability to surprise. And I think for a lot of South Africans, the festival sits on their bucket list. It's become this one thing that people decide that they must do. And every year we get people coming for the first time. And one of the most astounding statistics that I see is that something like 99% of people who attend the festival would recommend it to other people. That's a staggering statistic, and it's a very heartening one for us. I think it's a very special bubble that we create here in this tiny little town in the Eastern Cape that you can step into, and it's pure escapism. For 10 days or 9 days or however long you're going to be here for, you can just escape into this amazing world that our artists create for us. So it's the fact that it is consistent like that every single year that I think makes it so special. In terms of what's good this year, you're asking me to tell you what out of 2,500 children, which is my favorite. I think what we can say is that whoever comes to the festival, you'll be able to create an experience for yourself that is a standout. For me personally, I'm looking forward to seeing Lucy Makasela on stage, Amanda Black, Suzanne Vega, Brother Moves On, and Madala Kunene, just because I happen to enjoy live music. There's some amazing theatre as well. The work of our Standard Bank Young Artist Award winners this year, Gemma Khan in theatre. She's doing a production called The Borrow Pit. I'm really looking forward to. But the nice and the most exciting thing about Grahamstown is that you never know what the big hits are going to be. So you can come to the festival, and it's not until you're halfway through that you stumble across a production that everyone is talking about, and you can never anticipate what that's going to be. And that joy of discovery is part of the magic of Grahamstown.
Theatre, music, food, drink, no doubt. The Grahamstown National Arts Festival is indeed a veritable institution. We're talking there to Tony Lancaster from the National Arts Festival.